All right, everybody. Welcome back. It's another episode of the Sports Clash. I am Rich Arleo. This is Chris Carey. Week 3 NFL football. Beautiful Sunday. Really a terrible Sunday for me, just in many, many ways. Except for fantasy football, because I believe I'm beating you in a
Damn it,
head-to-head
no.
matchup.
That's about the only win that you got today. Your
Literally the
picks were
one thing.
horrible. Your Jets were horrible. Text me and said, "Hey, who do you like in the Sunday game?" So that's how you know Rich had a bad day. Looking at me for the picks,
When I
but yeah,
start to ask you for picks in the
I think I've
NFL.
got Yep. Oh no, I'm actually locked in to a loss with you. I have no shot. There's
Yeah,
zero.
you're done. You're done. I
Yeah.
still have Jamar Chase and somebody else going tomorrow.
Yeah, the sleeper team is a sleeper. That's exactly what it is.
You're sleeping.
Yeah.
You're asleep.
A proud owner of a team who's going to be solely in first place of the league that I commission now, and I'm really paying attention to fantasy baseball down the line too, dude.
Yeah.
I'm really
Yeah.
falling in roto, and I've been in a commanding lead, and now I'm about 4 points ahead. So I got to pay attention for like one more week, and I'm
I'm coming
sneaking
for
by
you.
in my head-to-head
I'm
my
coming
head-to-head
for you.
matchup too. So.
I'm coming for you. I don't know if you saw. I was down in like 6. I was down in the depths, and I'm
Well,
up in
you're the
4th. And
problem. You keep taking quality starts
yeah,
from me, and that's
well, that's
it's
really
bringing
good.
me closer and closer to the second place. So I might want to cut a deal with you before the show's over.
Oh, I can't. I'm not.
I'll send you $5 if you stop trying.
Not happening. I will never help you win in any
Okay.
capacity unless we're
Well,
on the
that's why
same
I love
team.
you. I mean, I do the same. I do the same. You are
Exactly.
everything good and everything evil. That's our relationship.
100%, 100%. Yes, but yeah, fantasy baseball is closing out. I got a playoff matchup. I look like I'm going to win to go into the finals in a league that
No.
the finals should be done by now, but they're not. So
Mm.
I'm in the final week of the season. It's going to be interesting, but I'm happy
Wait, so
about
get
that.
this.
And
In my Yahoo head-to-head league, I am tied with a guy 6-6, and it's because I just picked up every sparp possible, and I just owned saves and holds. And this guy is trying his best. He's got Lance Lynn going tonight to get down and whip. But yeah, we're 6-6 right now in categories, and I have the tie break. So
you have the tiebreak.
on to
That's
the
huge.
championship.
Yeah,
Like a
there it
slow
is.
death for this guy. I feel bad, but
I
whatever.
still
I
did
should have
okay.
two
I had
championships, and then me and you have a second place team going right now too.
yeah, still trying to get into first, but it looks like we at least got second place wrapped up. Our team's looking good, so good
Yeah,
stuff. On
yeah.
the
Should be a
football
payday for both
fields,
of us for that.
yeah, it should be. I need that because my gambling day today on the NFL was rough to
It
say
was a
the
little
least.
suspect. Yeah.
Although I look my picks that I posted on socials for the Sports Clash, I did have the Dolphins -6. So
Did you ever win that?
I won that one pretty easily. Of course,
Yeah.
that's not one that I put. The game I was most confident in was Titans +3.5. That was just a complete disaster. Not even
Yes, it
close.
was.
Yeah, like
Brutal.
that you're happy about it.
Yeah, no, because I picked the opposite, man. So,
Well, where do you want to start today? Do you want to look at our picks in those games, and
yeah, why the hell not?
we'll dive into those? All right, let's start. You know what? Let's just get it out of the way because I'm miserable. The
Oh
Jets
boy,
suck.
here
It's the
we go.
same team. This was it.
Gotta
I,
mute
I went.
myself.
I went. I went into this game with the mindset that if you don't win this game, if you can't beat the Patriots, a last place bad Patriots team. This is a bad Patriots team. If you can't beat them at home, it's it. We're back to square one. We don't have a quarterback. I have no trust in my coach or the whole coaching staff. There's nothing positive to build off of. The Jets lose Sunday at home to the Patriots. Patriots 15, Jets 10. The Jets were +3, and I thought it was disrespectful. I got it. I understood why, and we saw why. But I mean, as a fan, I had to hold out my hope. I gave Zach Wilson another shot. And last year, I was hyped when they drafted him. I had to be. You have to be. And rookie year was like I made excuses. It's no weapons, whatever. Last year it was disappointing to watch, but still, it was kind of like we need that quarterback, but maybe he can learn. Then they get Aaron Rodgers, and it's like, all right, Put Wilson behind Rodgers a couple years, he'll learn, and then you don't even make it a whole series with Aaron Rodgers. And now all of a sudden, because of poor management, you didn't have a backup in place. You went in, and if something happens to Aaron Rodgers, Zach Wilson was right back in fire. And guess what? Zach Wilson's right back in the fire, and he's getting burned badly. Yes,
Non-recognition. Oh, yeah. Dude, he's deplorable. I mean, I don't even know what to say, but I
that
also
wasn't even
don't know.
football.
Well, let me just take a pause here and take a step back and just say, after losing 14 straight times to the Patriots, the optimism, I just don't get it. Why was it ever there?
Well,
It just, I'm
you're a
sorry.
fan. That's what
Last place
fans do. You root
Patriots
for your
team.
team.
I get it though, but the Patriots, what do? They rely on their studs. Their studs take away your studs, and they always win. They just tend to win. Like, it's just the nature of the Patriots and the Jets. It's just how it goes. I mean, this is 15 straight times. I have no idea why there was any optimism by any Jets fans anywhere that this was going to change. It is the same exact
Because you
thing
have.
that
That's
you
why you're a
thought it was
fan.
going to be.
That's why you're a
I,
fan. You're somebody who
of course,
gets on fans for booing their own players.
yes.
Jets fans have support. We were all back in on Zach Wilson. We said, "Let's go, kid, come on." But this was the game, and he was terrible. And it's not all on him. It's not because they
Not.
really couldn't get the run game going. I mean, it's hard to get the run game going if you have a quarterback that the defenses aren't scared of. I get that, but really nobody could make a big play on offense. Zach Wilson was pressured a lot, but he had time, and we had time. He held on to the ball for way too long. He couldn't read the defense, couldn't find anybody open, and there were a couple of times where they showed the replay and he missed some open guys. So that's where you harp on it. He didn't throw a pick, he didn't turn the ball over great, but like you got to move the ball. You got to move the ball, and they're not an NFL offense. And I
No.
don't care how good your defense is. It's a top 5 defense in the NFL, probably, maybe at least top 10 for sure. But with you're looking like the worst offense in the NFL once again.
Yeah, no, but again, not all on him. Hackett's not a good coach. I'm sorry. That was fun to bring him in his buddies, just like you brought in Lazard and Cobb for Aaron Rodgers, to bring in Hackett, to bring in Aaron Rodgers. But if you don't have Rodgers to blanket Hackett, Hackett's just not good. And he's proven that when he's gone out on his own. He's not going to make anybody else better. He's going to be somebody who's just going to do his own thing. And they're running an offense that was supposed to be run for Aaron Rodgers, and you don't have Aaron Rodgers. You got to change it up. You got to figure something else out. You got to run the damn football. You got to do what you got to do. Even, I mean, yeah, that's why I'm saying I think the Patriots and the Patriots defense is just always more dominant than their opponent because they play a chess match. And I don't know. It is what it is. Zach Wilson is what you're stuck with, though, and Dalvin Cook was never the answer. It's just
He looks
it's not going to
terrible.
go well. I mean,
But
the
Brees
next 2
Hall,
weeks are going to be shellackings for the Jets, and it's just listen to New York sports talk radio and call it. He can't see the frickin' field. He can't see the, and they're just like, well, you see it above him. He sees it field level. They're apologizing for Zach Wilson. You got to stop apologizing for this guy because he's just been set up for failure from the beginning. But it is what it is. He's owned it and he's failed. So
he's failed. He was
I'm
sure
sorry,
set up
man.
for failure, but just also not performing. I mean, they're talking about his growth or whatever. I see no growth. It's the same.
If it makes you feel any better, I mean, I think my Commanders lost by like 29 points. What was it?
It does. It does make me feel better.
Sure.
And we'll talk about that, but it does. It's a small consolation prize because the Jets have ruined my Sunday watching a game with my dad. Every time we can't. My dad's like me. I mean, he by the first quarter he was in a different room. He was in a different room after the first quarter, and that's what he does. And he wants to change it, flip, and I'm like, no, just keep it on. So then he starts walking around the house. He can't sit, and it was just tough to watch. It wasn't
like
just
you.
tough to watch. It was just no. I'm still gonna sit there. I'm gonna pace, but I'm still gonna be watching it. He's got to disappear. He can't even look at it. But it's hard to look at. It's hard to look at, and the fact that they were in this game in the end. I mean, Randall Cobb was inches away from catching that Hail Mary, and he slipped on the wet field. which was insane, but didn't happen. But the fact that the Jets were still in it at that point, I mean, the Patriots are not good. I'm sorry. And you want to talk about their defense. That fine, give credit to the defense, but that's the Jets offense being putrid and predictable. And Belichick is going to pick up on that. And that's what Saleh has proven, that he can't outcoach Belichick. And if you can't outcoach Belichick with by the book, a better roster, more skilled players on the team, I would say more talent, at least defensively. If you want to shake your head, I mean, we could, you could look at.
I can't blame Saleh. I just can't blame Saleh. I can blame Hackett
But
and I can blame Wilson. I just can't blame Saleh.
He's not number one on my list, but I'm just what are we watching? You got to do something.
What kind of list is this, Rich?
You got to show something.
Know.
It's a bad list. It's a list of bad things for bad football teams. And now I'm just right. It's week.
How about we move on?
Week 3's over and my season's over, and I have nothing. Now it's gambling and fantasy football, and I have red zone. And it's for the better. I'm just gonna turn myself off emotionally, and with the Jets, I mean, my emotions are still gonna be on the line with them.
I am numb. Yeah, okay.
But I'm numb. I'm just back to being a numb Jets fan that doesn't give a shit, and I still don't have an NFL offense, and I don't know if I ever will because I've almost never had one. I watch Red Zone. I see these other games, and like the ball moves forward, and like the quarterback completes the pass.
The ball moves forward on every play that's shown on Red Zone. Stop it! But they won't show a play that goes backwards. Like, come on! Like,
I can still put a different game. I can still put a game on.
Yeah, but I see all these other teams moving the ball forward on Red Zone. That's what they're supposed to do on Red Zone. That's what Red Zone is.
Yes. I can watch any other game. Even now, they 2 touchdowns. Each team scored a touchdown. Good for them. I would love if the Jets could have done that. They did that. It took them 3 quarters to do that. And that was when the Patriots were up 2 scores and giving them some space. It's really, I don't know. It's just nothing. It's nothing again.
You're all right, man. It's going to be okay.
Be all right.
Your fantasy teams are great. I love you.
Love you, buddy.
Bless your heart.
Thank you.
Okay.
Browns 27, Titans 3. This was my biggest bet of the day. I was so confident in the Titans plus 3.5 after watching how bad Deshaun Watson was last week on Monday Night Football. After they lost Nick Chubb, the Titans are always in close games. You trust Coach Vrabel, and we talk about it every week. So for the Titans are just always in close games, so seeing them plus 3.5 against a team that looked very bad and lost their best player last week, I didn't see the shellacking coming. I just didn't see it coming.
Yeah. Okay. Well, all right. I believe in Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson on my winning team is my quarterback in fantasy. I don't know why. It might be ridiculous, but I think losing Nick Chubb might be the blessing that the Browns needed to really open up the offense and play with a little bit of a fire under your ass. I think the defense is good. I didn't expect to win this big, but I did expect Deshaun Watson to turn a corner at some point, and I think he did today because he wasn't just turning around and handing the ball off. He had to do something. He looked good. He delivered on-time balls. His feet were palm in the pocket, and he ran a little bit as he always does, but the guy's got an arm, and as he gets used to game speed again this year, I don't know. I mean, last year was brutal with him, but I didn't expect them to beat the Titans like this, but Myles Garrett had a game. Ryan Tannehill was probably a little scared and hit from the backside a couple times, so if that happens, I don't know why the Titans don't run with Derrick Henry more this year. I don't know what's going on, but I like the Browns. I don't love the Browns, but I do believe them to sneak into the playoffs. So big win for them, big win for Deshaun Watson, and Amari Cooper had a good game too. So I'm a fan of the Browns, and I saw this coming. This was my pick, or one of my picks.
Well, not one of the ones for Clash, but
not for here. Sorry, yeah, but I won money on it. Was
well,
nice.
That's good. That's more
sorry.
Important. But for pride,
dollar bills, y'all.
Yeah, the good on you there. I mean, it was plus 3.5, and I really thought there was going to be a tight one. But yeah, like you said with Deshaun Watson, I mean, I was waiting to see it from him as a Brown, because we hadn't yet, and this was it.
Stefanski's an offensive coach. Like Stefanski's a spread offense guy. Like I felt like he was a little hamstrung by having Nick Chubb. Like, he had the best running back in the game, arguably. You have to run it with him. Now he doesn't have to do that. So, Brown's offense could be a little bit more electric.
Yeah, I. You're right with the Titans too. Derrick Henry, the 11 carries. That's
Yeah, what the hell's going on?
I don't know. I don't know. I know they got down pretty quick, so I guess they thought they had
I
to
don't
throw.
care.
But
Game script, you change game script with Derrick Henry. I
yeah,
don't know if he's getting old. They're listening to, running backs after, whatever age, don't age well, or they want to keep him healthy later in the season. Whatever's happening, you don't go game script and get away from Derrick Henry. There's
yeah,
a
agreed.
specific mindset going on where
Yeah,
they're not using him, probably because they want him later in the season
yeah,
or
that makes sense.
something. I don't know.
That's
And I
got to
just
be it.
don't.
I mean, what else? What's
You
the
got to
other
win your
explanation?
games. I
Yeah,
mean, you got to win your games, and dude, just hammer it to Derrick Henry, and you ice out that game. I mean, maybe not this game. Sorry, it
yeah.
got a little
Well,
bit out of
that's
hand,
out.
but
Yeah, that's out.
earlier on, you can control the clock and you can control the Browns scoring by doing that.
Right.
You can also keep Tannehill upright.
Yeah, that's important. But yeah, a blowout. I didn't see it coming. Speaking of blowouts, though, my one pick that I gave the fans that hit was Dolphins -6, and it hit quite easily. Dolphins
Yeah,
70, Broncos 20.
this is like at the casino going ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching,
I
ka-ching, ka-ching,
mean, my
ka-ching.
goodness. Wow, 726 yards of offense and 10 touchdowns.
Scary.
That's scary. And they didn't even have Jalen Waddle. I mean, wild. And you kind of expected at a Hill. Tua, when healthy, showed it last year, and he's healthy and showing it again. But the running backs, I mean, not Raheem Mostert had like 3 or 4 touchdowns, and Devon A-Chain. I mentioned him in fantasy earlier, and I have him on my bench, but I think I'm still winning.
Ooh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was wild. I mean, that they ran all over the Broncos, and Sean Payton, you deserve it. That
Sean
was
Payton does deserve it.
beautiful
The
to watch.
Broncos gave up though too. They
Yeah,
gave up. Speed kills, man. Holy crow. And A-Shane, give you a lot of credit. You talked about him earlier in the offseason, even when we did our mock draft. I didn't even know how to say his name or a chain, whatever it is. Still don't know how to say
still
it.
not 100% sure, but I like
Mike
A-Chain.
McDaniel's post-game conference was incredible, though, and it's the most like head coachy type of thing ever, but it makes the most sense. It's amazing what happens when you take care of your assignment, what a group of people moving forward can do if they take care of the small things and the things that they need to take care of or whatever. And it was a little bit preachy, but at the same time, that's Mike McDaniel is methodical, is we're going to take care of the fundamentals. We're going to take care of our assignment and the greater good will benefit. And boy, howdy did it benefit. I mean, 70-20. I think the Redskins and the Dolphins were the highest scoring game in NFL history at 72-41. And I mean, I think this was the most points in offenses scored since the 60s or
66,
70s.
66. Yeah,
66. Insane. So yeah, well done to the Dolphins. The Raheem Mostert haters, get the hell out of the building. By the way, I'm sorry. Like you
he's
can't you
great.
can't hate on somebody because they get hurt.
Yeah,
Like count on them for what they do while they're on the field.
yeah.
And that dude is fast, and he's a good running back. So I'm jealous of whoever has Raheem Mostert in fantasy. The A-Chain people, you can go do whatever because yeah, that was a little bit of a flyer, but kudos to you. It was a good call. So, good game though.
Yeah, great one. I mean, I don't like Russell Wilson. I don't like. I hate after Sean
He's a
Payton.
weirdo.
After
Sean
this
Payton's
offseason,
dick.
I lost all respect. The little respect I had for him, gone.
Yeah.
Like,
I
so
hate seeing Tyreek Hill succeed, but
yeah,
the
he's
rest of
not
the
not a
team,
good guy.
yeah. Tua's a great guy. Mike McDaniel,
Fun to
good
watch.
guy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
McDaniel is just. I'm jealous. As a Jets fan, very jealous of watching a head coach like that who's likable, connects with the players, but also really knows his X's and O's, to be cliche.
Saleh is, dude. Saleh does. I don't know. I don't
Look,
get this hate
I'm not.
for
Look,
Saleh.
I'm not like fire
I
him
think
right
he's the
now.
exact
What
type
I
of guy that McDaniels is like an engaging guy that people love, that players want to play for. I think it's Hackett and Wilson that you're really, you know.
That's fair. I don't necessarily disagree, but what I mean is my confidence in Salah took a big hit today, and I need to see him outcoach Belichick, and he didn't. You could blame the players, fine, but he hasn't done it. So that's my point. I lost some confidence in the guy. I'm not saying fire him right now. Go find somebody else, but all right, I need to see something. I need to see more. But that is what it is. The Dolphins are very scary. They probably are the best team in the AFC East. The Bills look
Oh, in
great.
the AFC East, yes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. The Bills look great today, but the Dolphins have looked great all year. Have not slowed down.
I heard a couple of people on sports talk radio be like, "I don't know if they're for real. I don't know if they're for real." And I'm like, "You old crusty football head. They're playing a dynamic form of football that I don't think you've seen
If
in a
they
long time
if healthy, they're up
or
there.
you've ever seen."
Yeah, if
Yeah.
healthy, they're right up there. So I went 1-2 on my picks. You hit your first two, and your other one's coming up on Monday Night Football. But Lions 20, Falcons 6. You had Lions -3. Good call here. I like the Falcons just because what I've seen from them, but I didn't go hard against them because I knew the Lions could do this, and they did. And the Falcons, I still like how they play, but if they get stopped on the ground and aren't controlling the clock and time of possession, they're gonna lose.
Right, and the team that's set up to do that to me was the Lions, which, Aiden Hutchinson and the dude that they picked first round, whatever, they just have a stout defense, and it's funny to me when I'm betting on things how quickly people forget. The preseason picks for the Lions were huge, huge, and you give me a -3 against a bad Falcons team at preseason. I mean, things don't change in 2 weeks, so I think a lot of people overlooked the Lions and their talent again, but people knew how good they were. Sam Laporta finally showed up. Jared Goff looked just as good as he has,
Goff is a
and the
good
Lions,
quarterback.
yeah, the Lions didn't score 45 points, but their defense held a one-dimensional offense to 6 points to a couple field goals, and I felt pretty confident in the -3. I thought this should have been, 5.5 or 6, something like that. So saw this and was like, "Ooh, me likey," and it worked out.
Packers 18, Saints 17. Your Saints plus 1.5 hits barely, but it hits because the Saints had a big lead in this one and blew it, but
Mhm.
1.5 still hits.
Yeah. Well, they should have won the game. I mean, it was missed field goal with 1 minute left. Like they should have won the game, but plus 1.5 was good. I saw it prior to kickoff. I went on FanDuel, was trying to sneak in a couple extra bucks on this one, and it turned to -1 on the Saints. So I think a lot of people were on the same train as me as the more talented team. Derek Carr goes down with an
And
injury,
that was a
so
big reason why they blew it. I mean, you lose
for
your
sure,
quarterback who is a good quarterback.
demoralizing.
Yeah.
You're stuck with Jameis Winston again.
Jameis to run
I love him.
yards.
I
Yeah.
love him, but
Give me
holy.
Jameis Winston on the Jets
Yes.
tonight, right now,
Oh,
please.
dude. Again, I hate to bring up New York Sports Talk Radio, but it's all I have on. One dude calls in and says, "Why don't we get this Jameis Winston guy?" And they're like, "What are you talking about? Why is this guy any good? Why would they give up on him?" And like, it was just, yeah. But yes, I love famous Jameis because he takes the chances. He doesn't hold the ball. He's a little bit of a gunslinger. He's a little bit nuts, and you got to be a little bit nuts in the NFL. I don't know if you want your quarterback to be nuts, but you want your players to be a little bit nuts. But yeah, they barely. I mean, this barely won, but it was a good game to watch, and hopefully Derek Carr is okay.
Yeah.
I think the Saints could be good. I'm also have Kamara stats on one of my fantasy
Yep.
benches, so I'm a little nervous on
One more
how
week. One
how
more week.
that goes with yeah, if Carr is out, but we'll see.
Mm.
But yeah, another solid win for me. Cha-ching, cha-ching. If you want winning picks, let's go to this guy here. So,
Still the
Rich
very
even
early in the
does. Oh,
season.
look who's winning. Oh, Pittsburgh's winning. Oh, it's
Look at
incredible.
that. Do that. Well,
This
that's
could
what I
age
wanted to.
well. I don't know.
It's what I wanted to hit, and what I probably would have picked. But I needed some support after these losses. I just needed a buddy.
All right,
Uh,
put a vest on me, baby. Emotional support. That's what I do.
Thanks,
Take me on a
pal.
plane.
Thanks,
Yep,
pal. Well,
no
your other
problem.
pick, your other pick is Bengals -2 for the Monday Night Football. So if you want to preview that game, I
Little weird. Because yeah, I don't know that Burrow is going to play. He's questionable,
that's
but
the
my alternate pick was the Seahawks, so that worked out nicely. But yeah, I still
yes,
do
it
believe
was.
in the Bengals, and I still think that they'll win. I think Jamar Chase could have a decent game if he doesn't. Higgins will. Whoever Jalen Ramsey is not on, or whoever they allow to get down the field a little bit. I think the Bengals have a big game. I think they have to break out of a little bit of a slump here, but hopefully Burrow plays.
Yeah, I have heard two people, or at least it was reported on the radio that like there's a chance not only does he not play, but he might go on IR.
Oh, lovely.
So I don't know who it was. I don't know the source. I don't know if it's true or not. Um,
Anonymous.
yeah, but we'll see. I don't even know who their backup is. I don't know, like if he's out, who
He's a guy.
he's a guy.
They have a,
Yeah,
they have a guy
they
backing
got a
him.
guy. They got a guy who isn't a
I'll
guy.
just go out there and say he's probably better than Zach.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, the odds of that are high. You asshole. Um, I mean, line Bengals -2. If Burrow doesn't play, that you think that goes to L.A.
Jake Browning, let's go. I am doubling down on Bengals -3, even if Burrow doesn't play. Jake Browning, former UW
Oh
Husky,
God.
star, blue jeans, lunch pail player. Let's go,
Ooh, a
Jake
lunch pail
Browning.
player. I like a good
Oh
lunch pail
man.
player.
Ooh, I love a
Like
solid
a
college
good Lou
quarterback.
Amundsen. Yeah, that's my
Look
guy right there.
yeah, exactly. Exactly.
All
Anywho,
right,
who
all
do you
right.
like in that game? Give us your preview
I
pick.
I mean,
Everybody pick the opposite, okay?
uh, I would probably take Bengals no matter where the line goes. If Burrow does, even if the Burrow doesn't play, and they're maybe +1 or +2, I don't know how big the line would move maybe 3 points. Um, I'd probably take the Bengals regardless. But the Rams Staffords look good.
Just cursed my pick.
We don't know about Puka if he's playing or not. He's had
I
one
saw
hell of a
expected to play.
expected to play. So good. I
Yeah.
mean, he's been one of the surprises of the season so far. He's filled in and become Cooper Cup about like immediately. So
Yep.
they are looking good. Are they for real? Maybe we'll find out tomorrow. But a lot will hinge on the Burrow injury. At least, well, there's another Monday Night Football game, and we don't have to dive into that one. But those were our picks. It was a rough week, but hey, I went 1-2. You were 2-0, at least potentially 3-0 on the season. We're looking pretty good overall.
Just taking the
So
Seahawks. It would have been 3-0.
yeah, you would have had it locked up, but not quite, not quite.
Yeah. It's all right. Didn't lock it in. It's what it is.
Well, speaking of losers, Bills 37, Commanders 3. I love the Commanders. You know I'm in on them. I took their over win
All
total.
in.
Took them to make the playoffs this year. I didn't bet heavy on them today because I thought the Bills could do this, and they did. And the thing you're worried about, I think, is how bad Sam Howell looked today.
Yeah, of course. 3 points from an Eric Bieniemy offense. No bueno. So no Bieniemy. I'm not too happy about it. Is what it is. The Bills were, I think, underperforming coming into this game, and I think the Commanders were overperforming. But also
Fair.
we got cursed by you. A group chat. And I saw a message that said, "I'm all in on the command. I love the Commanders. Give me all the Commanders. I love Commanders. Command to me. I am
This
a
is
Commanders
libel.
fan."
This is
This is
libel.
completely what happened. But
Definitely not
anywho,
what I would say.
the kiss of death from Rich Arleo. But yeah, we looked like absolute butt. Josh
Yeah.
Allen looked incredible. And there's no getting pressure on a guy who gets the ball out quick. And also, you can't lose Gabe Davis over the top
Yeah,
for a
that's a rough
touchdown as
look.
well.
It's a
So
rough look.
that's on the defense a little
Yeah,
bit, but it's also on the offense for keeping the defense on the field as much as
that
they did.
was yeah.
Yeah,
Was it 4 picks? It's not a good day.
It was yeah, I don't was it? Yeah, it was brutal.
Might have
It
been.
was definitely not a good game, not a good game out of B Rob, not a good game out of anybody on the
No.
offense. So yeah, if there's a blueprint of what not to do going forward, Commanders, watch this tape.
Yeah.
This sucks.
You don't want to do that.
Thankfully, he's still first place
Yeah.
in the
Yeah. Yeah.
NFC East
Yeah. Because
until
of
tomorrow.
because of the Cowboys. That was a shocker. Cardinals 28, Cowboys 16. I took the Cowboys in Survivor. I switched from the Dolphins to the
What idiot!
Cowboys this morning.
Oh, it gets
Um,
worse.
it gets worse. It always gets worse. And I even doubled down when the Cowboys fell to a 7-0 deficit. The line moved and it was Cowboys minus 7.5. And I was like, I still like this. I like it. And I took it more. And I lost. I lost more. So it was rough. The
Oh no!
Cowboys. I mean, what happened? What
I
happened?
think
I
there's
don't
an 800
understand it.
number for you, Rich. Oh no!
I'm still good
No,
at
I
these
don't know
first
what
3 weeks.
happened either. The only explanation is the deflation of the Diggs injury throughout the week. It's
Yeah,
pretty tough. I mean, you're rocking and rolling as the Cowboys, and you lose Trayvon Diggs, who's your second best player on defense. You know, that's tough, but still fun to watch the Cardinals, man. I don't know. Cardinals are like J- James Conner, by the way.
they look
That
good.
dude runs with a fucking purpose,
They look
and
good.
this team is playing with a purpose. Like they
They
are
are.
count us out. Else we're tanking. The front office might be tanking, but the product on the field isn't. Josh
Yeah,
Dobbs comes in, gun for hire. Let's go. Come on, dude.
crazy.
I'm very impressed by the Cards.
I'm
In
surprised.
terms
I
of
thought it was going to be a disaster, and even
yeah,
in their 2 losses to start the year, they were in
they
the
led
they
most of
were
the game.
yeah they've had a lead at halftime in every game, I think. Um,
Incredible,
when Jonathan
dude.
Gannon like this offseason came in, I didn't know much about him, and then he came out with these awkward videos, and he just sounded like a weirdo. Like the least motivational coach
You'd
you've
see
ever
them on the
seen.
sideline
Yeah,
hugging that dude. Dude,
they like
they
him,
were
and
pumped for that dude.
they're playing hard. The defense is playing hard. Like they're fast and they're looking to hurt you, and they have nothing to lose.
Yep.
That could be a dangerous team,
Yeah.
and
Dude. That's
the danger hit me.
exactly it.
The
Yeah.
danger hit me today, and the
Ooh,
Cowboys they'll be fine. I'm sure they'll bounce back, but
not betting
that's
against the
that.
Cards, buddy.
No, yeah, I guess not. Apparently,
I
yeah,
mean, they're playing I don't want to say like a college football team, but they're playing with heart and they're playing with clock management. They're playing with first down after first down. It's to the next first down, and they're doing great, man. I'm tuning into the next Cardinals game.
yeah. I'm gonna be scared off of betting against them now, and then they probably won't win another game the rest of the year. But moving
Probably
on,
not. Yeah.
probably moving on. Colts 22, Ravens 19 in overtime.
Yeah.
I
What the
stayed
hell?
I stayed away from this game just because I had a weird feeling about Gardner Minshew and with him starting. I don't know. It smelled weird. But I love the Ravens, and I really like every part of me was like, take the Ravens, take the Ravens. But this was a game that at least I was able to sense was off, and it happened. And the Colts get
This
the big
game,
upset.
this game is the epitome of why NFL overtime rules suck. The refs got a call wrong, and the Ravens lost the ball. And who goes down the field, kicks a field goal is the other team. And then guess what? You get no other shot to have Lamar on the field. So I
Yeah,
think that this is like a really tough game. Uh, Minshew mania, baby. I mean, it is what it is. Like
he always does it.
he yeah, I
He's the
mean,
new
I don't
Ryan
think it was.
Fitzpatrick. He's the guy that can come
He
in,
will be.
score your
Yeah,
team, and I think he'll be around for a while.
yeah. A lot. He's the dumb Ryan Fitzpatrick. He's the non
Yeah.
Harvard. I went
Yeah.
to rando school in Washington State. Well, I went to Washington State and I played for the dumb Mike Leach. But anywho, I didn't expect this one to happen. I love the Ravens every once in a while for a silly upset. Mostly because of Lamar, but I don't think this one was on him.
Hmm. No, I mean Gardner carved you up. Zach Moss, they couldn't stop Zach Moss. 122 yards. I
I
mean,
don't think it
I
was
don't know what's going
Carter
on
that
with that.
carved him up.
No, he didn't really carve him up.
Carter carved you up.
But I
Yeah,
mean, Lamar ran for 100 yards. It wasn't. It's not
right.
on that guy.
Oh, dude, when he run, dude, just run the ball. Like, he is a video
It's
game.
insane. It's disgusting.
His one touchdown run was incredible.
Yeah, it's wild.
Just, I don't know if you know, but last year I went 97%. Sorry, no, that's a lie.
It's
I was in the
definitely on
97th percentile on
it.
ESPN in Pick'em. Okay, so that
Mm.
means if you want to look for a sharp, ooh, that is sharp. Paper cuts over here.
I'm still 6-3 on the season, which is more than respectable. And you'll be
Trust me.
if you win if you win the Monday night game, you'll be 6-3. We'll both be 6-3.
Well, if there's anybody that I respect out there, it's not you.
I figured.
Just kidding, man. It's always like with fantasy. Whenever you send me a trade, like, what does this guy know that I don't know?
We are the worst at being you can count on one hand how many trades we've made in our lives.
Yeah, every time that happens, did we just make a trade?
Yeah, how do we do that? And then we just harp on who won the trade the rest of the year.
Yeah, like I think I still have Gavin Lux.
Oh yeah, that was for Cease. That was a good one. All the Cease was awful this year.
That was brutal.
Thanks.
Brutal.
Thanks. Couple more
Yeah.
games we could run through here. The Texans 37, Jaguars 17. Stroud, man, he looks legit.
CJ Stroud, baby. Yeah, no, I didn't expect this result though. So, I mean, pumped for the Texans and love that they're opening up the offense. I mean, they're getting it to like 5 different receivers. Like, yeah, it's great. CJ Stroud,
He looks
he
great.
yeah, he might be one of my good. But yeah, he's absolutely incredible. I hated on him at Ohio State because I thought he just held the ball trying not to make
I
picks.
remember you
He
did.
didn't run enough, but dude pulled it down and ran in the pros here now, and he's got his
Looking good.
paycheck. He's ready to put his body on the line. But I like CJ Stroud. I like the Texans. I think they're a sneaky pick in a lot of games this year. I think they'll be undervalued. I think their defense with D'Amico Ryans as the head coach is actually decent, and we'll see. But yeah, this is a big win for them.
What's going on with Trevor Lawrence? The Jaguars, they don't have many games in Jacksonville, and they need to win all of them because they lose
Right.
a couple home games this year on the road. I have a Trevor Lawrence Calvin Ridley stack in one league, and it's not going well. I don't know what's is something wrong with Trevor Lawrence? Something's
No,
off.
absolutely not. I honestly, when you did that, I was like, well, that's what I wanted to do, and I'm jealous, and I hate you for it. But thankfully, I didn't. So, yeah, they're 0-2 at home, man. I don't know. Doug Peterson, I think, is a great coach.
Yeah, I agree.
ETN, I think, is a great running back. Trevor Lawrence, I think, is a great quarterback, and people have thought so for a long time. They have good receivers. I don't know. I don't know what the hell's going on there. There seems to be a disconnect.
At
We'll go
at
corporate
some
on them.
point.
There seems to be a disconnect. They scored no points in the first half. Like,
Yeah.
it was 17-0 Texans. It was 17-0. The Texans were beating you.
Yeah.
It's brutal.
Yeah.
So yeah, they got to turn it around, man.
I think they
I
will.
like the Jaguars.
I think they'll be okay. I
I
don't.
don't love them anymore though.
They're 1-2. I think they can bounce back easily. I gotta look at their schedule. I don't know who they play next week. But this is a bad loss at home to the Texans. Chargers 28, Vikings 24. This one missed the over by 2. It was over 54, or was it over 53.5? It was right. It was right there, but it died at 52. Uh, I was rooting for the Vikings at the end because I needed that score, and I had also earlier in the day decided that Vikings money line was a play I wanted to go after. Um, yeah, it was one of those days, just hitting all the wrong calls on
It's all right.
on fire.
It's okay,
But
man.
Chargers get the win. I was waiting for the Chargers to charger, but they never chargered, and they actually won. I really thought I felt good when Cousins had the ball in that final drive. I was like,
Yeah,
here we go, baby, here we
here we
go.
go.
But
Oh
yeah,
gosh, good golly, gee whiz.
but wow, the Vikings now 0-3.
Yeah, yeah. That's I mean,
Jets,
honestly,
baby,
maybe
Jets, give them a call.
dude, yeah, hit the fire button. Hit the easy button. Send Kirk Cousins to the Jets. I mean,
Send
I
them
don't
over.
know. I don't
Do
know.
it.
I
We'll
don't know
take all
what's
the money.
happening.
We'll take all the money off the books. You guys get a reset. It's not
They
working
can
with
then
Kirk.
re-sign Justin Jefferson. Who knows? Yeah, they might be looking to do it. You guys may be looking to do it. I mean, I don't know how good a great deadline quarterback is. Can you imagine somebody coming in just here's a playbook halfway through the season? Go ahead and learn it. Build all the rapport that you can with your receivers. I'll say if there's anybody that can do it, it's Kirk Cousins.
Kirk will
If
do
there's anybody that can do it, it's Kirk Cousins.
it.
But
He'll be studying the hell out of that.
oh my God, he'll do the
Yeah,
brain
he'll have
fucking
he'll be
zapper
wired
thing. Is
in and
oh,
be studying the playbook. He'll have it down in 2 weeks.
we had a good study session, hey Coop. Uh, yeah,
Let's go build a
so
fire.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, no, it is what it is. It was a uh interesting game. I saw that they blamed the crowd noise on the
I
last play
heard
call.
that. I mean,
Uh
really? You're gonna call out your fans?
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh,
Very weird to do. But they only live to fight another day. The Chargers defense finally showed up. They were effortless. I don't know, probably running naked, but let Justin Herbert eat.
they balled out.
Uh,
He balled
my
out. He
my
balled out.
MVP pick had 400 yards and was like 40 of 45 or something stupid like
40 of
that.
47, 3 touchdowns.
Let's go. Quentin Johnston still hasn't shown up for fantasy owners, but still, Keenan Allen, Mike
Ooh,
Williams,
Keenan
Mike
Allen.
Williams doing Mike Williams things.
Is he okay? I haven't looked. I don't know if his knee's okay.
I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, the Chargers get the win, and I think I needed that for some credibility because I really picked them to go to the playoffs, and I thought Justin Herbert, and still think Justin Herbert could be an MVP. Yeah, 400 yards
Can be.
definitely convinces me. So, yeah, I stayed very far away from this game gambling though, because this could have gone either way with the talent that was on the field.
It took the
Um,
over, and I didn't. It was one of my better losses, honestly. I mean, it was right there.
definitely,
50.
definitely. But hey,
That's
what are
what
you
we're
gonna
talking
do?
about.
0 and
The
3
big, the
Vikings,
good
1 and
losses.
2 Chargers, man.
Yeah, yeah, rough, rough. Kirk, you are a New York Jet. Let's go, baby. Seahawks 37, Panthers 27. This is another one I stayed away from because I don't like the Seahawks. But
I
going in today,
love the
the
Seahawks. Give me
Panthers,
all the Seahawks all year long. I am a Seahawks fanatic.
uh, they're not that great. The Panthers are awful.
Well, yeah, you
Yeah,
had
Matt
Andy
Bryce.
Dalton
Yeah,
throwing
Andy
58
Dalton was starting.
times.
That's why I stayed away from this one. Because I don't like the Seahawks, but they're better than this Panthers team with Andy Dalton at the helm.
Yeah, I had Kenneth Walker going against you in the fantasy
Yeah,
matchup that I'm
he
losing, and he was really the anchor to my ship lost at sea. But yeah, I really love the Seahawks. I know we were drafting fantasy together. You were like, I don't know if I love Kenneth Walker. I love Kenneth Walker. I will always love Kenneth Walker. I I am a big fan of Kenneth Walker. Uh,
we get it. You like
but
Kenneth Walker.
yeah, is he 10? 10? Yeah, number 3, Kenny 3. Let's go. 2 touchdowns, but yeah. I don't know. Just a big fan of the Seahawks this year. Their defense isn't that good. They go 27 to the fucking Panthers and Andy Dalton, so that sucks. Adam
Yeah,
Thielen had a damn game. But yeah, I think the Seahawks are just going to be steady. They're just going to be steady. This was my alternate pick. If you weren't going to accept my Monday night pick, I said, give me
yes, you did.
Seahawks
You
minus
did.
5. And boy, howdy, it worked out.
Boy,
So,
had
boy, howdy. You even had, what's his face? The guy, Bobo, scoring a touchdown. Excellent football name, Bobo.
Bobo. That's an
Catching a
awesome
touchdown
name.
in the back of the end zone. But anywho, yeah, big fan of the Seahawks going forward.
Yeah,
12th
they're good.
man, baby. Woo!
No thanks. I'm good.
I know.
Chiefs 41, Bears 10. This one was predictable, and it played out how people expected. A lot of turmoil with the Bears leading up to this one. Fields has already been playing badly. He's been calling out his coaches. The defensive coordinator left in some weird way.
Yeah, what the
There's a
hell was
lot
that
of
about,
rumors
dude?
with that. Then they had equipment raided. They lost, I
Did
think,
somebody sold their
tens of
lawnmowers? Yeah,
thousands of dollars or hundreds of
Bears
thousands
is
of dollars in equipment. Like,
imploding.
I don't know what was going on there. And then, you're you're playing the Chiefs, and this was just the shellacking. Nobody was stopped. They couldn't do anything. Fields looks really bad. He did connect to DJ Moore. That helped get the over on the game. And I had DJ Moore in a couple leagues, and I needed that, so I was happy with it.
Big thing for me with this game is Taylor, you're better than that. But, it is what it is. I love Taylor Swift. She was at the game, rooting for Travis Kelce. Very cool, but still not cool. But anywho, yeah, Justin Fields, I don't know how you call it your coaches and then go out and do this. It's just not that cool. I like Justin Fields. I don't know anything about Eberflus or whatever. But the Bears look really good in the preseason, and I don't know why they can't look that way in the regular season. They just, um, when they were on offense in the preseason with the starters in, they looked really, really good. Fields was like, I'm overthinking things. I don't really know what's going on there. So I mean, it's the Chiefs against the Bears. We all knew what was going to happen. This is
Yeah,
pretty much the expected result,
it
but
was.
yeah,
But as
Justin
we
Fields is
saw,
on the hot seat.
yeah, he's definitely is. And as we saw this week, the expected result is not necessarily going to happen. I mean,
No.
I was honestly confident in thinking about parlaying Chiefs 12 and a half with Cowboys 12 and a half at one point. The Cowboys one really still just shocked the hell out of me. But it was kind of, those were two picks in that 3 game 4 o'clock slate. Which, come on, I mean, maybe spread the games out a little bit more. Why are there 9 games at 1 p.m. and then 3 games at 4? It kind of it makes red zone a little bit lackluster. Although you get more of a focus on the games, so has its ups and downs. But and now you got the doubleheader Monday night. I don't know, they're doing some weird things trying it out, but
I love the
football's
doubleheader Monday
football.
night, dude. Let's get rid of Thursday. Get rid of the short week for teams. We have low quality football. Sorry, Amazon, but low quality football on
Yeah,
Thursdays.
it's
And
been rough, but
the double
it's
Monday's
football
been great,
earlier.
though.
Yeah, double Monday's been good, but I like the Thursday because that way you're not waiting. You're only waiting 2 days
Sure.
in between football games all
Sure,
week.
but if it sucks every time like it has for about 2 years
Yeah,
now,
but it's still
is it
gonna
worth
watch.
it?
I'm still gonna
Yeah.
watch. So we talked about the Bengals Monday Night Football. Um, the other game, Eagles Bucks. Eagles are 5-point favorites in Tampa Bay. What do you like there?
I like Baker Mayfield, but yeah, unfortunately, I don't think that anybody stops what the Eagles have going right now.
I would take
Um,
Eagles -5 on that one. I think
yeah,
they.
Vita Vey is questionable. Probably the only guy in the NFL that can stop the QB sneak with Jalen Hurts.
Right.
The Eagles have two number one wide receivers. They have a number one running back. And they have QB1 and Jalen Hurts. Their coach has enough arrogance to call the right plays. I mean, the Eagles can't be stopped. And I love Baker Mayfield. I love what he's doing with the Bucks. He's, I think, the
He
highest
looks
rated
great.
passer
Yeah, he
or
looks awesome.
something. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they have all the talent in the world. Mike Evans is motivated. Chris Godwin's still there, incredible. But I don't think he can go
Five
against the
five
Eagles
points
-5.
actually. 5 points I think gives a lot of respect to Baker and the
I do
Bucks and
too.
what they've done.
This is
Um,
a 7.5 game to me, or
yeah,
an 8.5 game. Yeah, as far as 8.5.
yeah. So it's they look very good, but I would take Eagles in 5.
I think the Eagles is going to be easy money.
Yeah. All right, we're on the same page. We'll find out. Well, that's the football slate. We didn't touch on Thursday. Giants got their ass kicked. Giants don't look good. Neither do the Jets.
Survivor
Another
pick,
bad year.
49ers.
Yeah,
I
that's a
held
good
back for
call.
3 weeks on the 49ers.
Yeah, Niners were gonna be my next pick. I don't like picking the Thursday game because I mean, I feel like I've lost the Thursday game, and they're so unpredictable. I usually shy away from it,
See,
especially
I
for
think about it the
Survivor.
opposite way. I think, hey, the Thursday game is going to be so obviously one way. If I can pick it so obviously one way, I'm either going to make money or I'm going to obviously be well in Survivor or Fantasy
Right,
or whatever.
right.
Fantasy guys, no, scoring in Thursday games is garbage. I sit people on
They never,
Thursdays
yeah,
all the
they never,
time.
it never works out. Never.
Right. It's too in bed with TV.
Yep. Well, that was the NFL slate, and now it's time for another rendition of the good, the bad, and the shitty. Chris, start us off this week. Who's your good?
Woo-hoo! Told you already, it's CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud is QB1. CJ Stroud is distributing the
Looks
ball
phenomenal.
to all of his friends. He is just out there dropping dimes. He was the first quarterback to have, I think, 900 yards and some other ridiculous statistics with no interceptions in the first 3 games of his NFL career. I hated on him all the time at Ohio State. I really did. I was like, he's 4-star. He's not 5-star. But the dude is cool, calm, and collected. He's earning his paycheck, and he's not afraid to use his legs in the NFL. CJ Stroud is 100% my good, and I'm very pleasantly surprised that there's an Ohio State quarterback out there doing something decent in the NFL. Sorry, Justin Fields, you suck too. Who's
Yeah,
your good?
yeah. Somebody's looking good from there. That's good. It's good for you. My good Son Heung-min, captain of my Tottenham Hotspurs. Um, it was the North London Derby early this morning, 9 a.m. playing Arsenal. Tottenham came in as pretty big underdogs, and I didn't. I mean, they haven't lost. They haven't won at Arsenal at the Emirates in quite some time. So it was a tough one. I think they were really long underdogs, but got the draw, which was a big one, a 2-2 draw. And Sonny, the new captain, replacing Harry Kane, coming off a disappointing season after winning the Golden Boot the previous year. But he comes in 2 goals, 2 big goals to tie it up. So I got my Spurs mentioned in.
Oh
A
yeah,
solid draw as an underdog today.
dude, Kane on Bayern, man, it's got to be killing you.
Yeah, it's their Tottenham is undefeated. Well, they haven't lost yet. They've had to draw or two, but
At least he's
um,
not in the Premier League on a different team, I guess.
yes. See, there was rumors he would go to Man United. Thankfully, that did not happen because that would have been rough. That would have been rough to
Yeah.
watch. He's kind of out of sight, out of mind, and Tottenham's playing very well. And my bad. I just decided to harp on my teams today. My bad is the New York Yankees. They officially eliminated from playoff contention today with a loss to the Diamondbacks. They'll miss the playoffs for the first time since
Thanks.
2016. Uh, yeah, it's shitty. It's been happening for a while. The writing was on the wall, but officially today, hey, they made it. They made it. With basically a week to go. So, Aaron Judge had a 3 homer game this weekend. He's still, even
Yeah, that
though
was nice.
missing all those games, he's up like close to 40 homers. It's pretty wild. But he's not the reason they were shitty this year. It's been a rough one.
Um,
They're my bad. Who's your bad?
Yeah, this is not cool to you, and I apologize. But keeping right off of that, or piggybacking off of that, it's pretty much all New York sports to me. All New York sports are bad right now. The Giants stink. The Yankees eliminated from playoff contention. The Jets, I can't buy a bucket. Uh, all New York sports teams right now really do suck. Silver lining, basketball season starts up soon, and the Knicks might be decent.
Go
But yeah,
Knicks.
I know you're already moving on to that. But yeah,
No,
I was going off the
no.
Yankees being eliminated. The Mets were eliminated at the trade deadline, and the Giants on Thursday and the Jets today. All New York sports are pretty much not title town, at least in the fall here.
You
So
enjoying this?
You know what? If I was a 12-year-old kid in school at the lunch table, I'd be enjoying it more. Now I've got bills to pay. I've got children to feed. I have, things to worry about more. But yes, there's a sick little part of me down there who is still enjoying it. My shitty is Coach Lou Holtz. Unfortunately, Coach Lou Holtz, as old as you are, as much as I respect you, you had a lot to say about the Ohio State football team and our head coach, Ryan Day, this week leading up to this incredibly tremendous game going into Saturday night that Ohio State ended up winning at the buzzer against Notre Dame, which is absolutely incredible. And I was beside myself last night, but don't call Ryan Day soft because he'll tell you exactly why he's not. And his post-game press conference was incredible. And, I feel bad to call out an old legend like that, but, you don't fire shots if you can't take them back. So my shitty is Notre Dame, the Notre Dame faithful, the college football faithful, and Coach Lou Holtz right there, because haters gonna hate and winners are gonna win. And Ohio State is now make a case why they should not be the number one team in the country outside of maybe Florida State. They just destroyed Notre Dame.
Destroyed? What's the final score on that one?
Destroyed. It was 17-14. We won on a running play on fourth down at the goal line. But that's what it is, because when it goes down to it, there is no rhyme or reason why these teams are ranked the way that they are. There's no reason why Georgia's number one. There's no reason why Michigan's number two. So, yeah, we destroyed them for all intents and purposes. And that's a season maker. And having lost to Oregon last year, and then Michigan again, and still making the national championship, it's really exciting for me to have that on our resume going forward. And it helps us with Alabama struggling and some other folks struggling here in the year. But shitty to you, Lou Holtz, because you could be lovable like Bob Barker right now, but you're being ornery and weird and old. Thanks, man.
My shitty, I didn't remark on this earlier when you mentioned it because this is my shitty. Taylor Swift.
Oh, no.
Eagles fan.
I mean, oh, yeah.
Eagles fan cheering for the Chiefs in the box. I think there's some, deceptive stuff going on. Earlier this week, TikTok went viral that this woman who went on this whole plan. Taylor Swift has the master plan to eventually screw the Chiefs out of the Super Bowl against the Eagles and help them win. I will share a link to that TikTok. You got to watch it. It's hysterical. This girl just gives it right to a T. The unbelievable twists and turns.
And at first I was like, they are perfect together. But I think that there is something much more sinister at play here. Taylor Swift is from Philadelphia. She's an Eagles fan. I think that Taylor Swift is purposefully sabotaging the Kansas City Chiefs to allow the Philadelphia Eagles to win the Super Bowl this year.
Twists and turns. It was a good one. But Taylor Swift, I don't trust you at all. You're shitty. Sorry. Sorry, girl.
I mean, I love her, but you're going to sit in a box with Mahomes' wife? Really? Come on. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. You're better than that.
Well, Kelce's mom, they have that in common. They both root for the Chiefs and Eagles. They can share that mixed jersey if they have a Super Bowl.
It's kind of funny seeing her next to their mom after seeing like the Kelce documentary, and apparently she was the star of the show. Well, not the star of the show, but everybody she was endearing to the folks in the audience, and yeah, I don't know. I don't love it. Taylor Swift.
It's weird. It's got it was funny to see today.
So
the Swifties are very upset about it. They're very upset about it.
I mean, how do you go from the dude had a show on VH1 or MTV2 or one of those shot at love at Travis Kelce. Like, clearly, come on. Right.
Catching Kelce, right?
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
I'm thinking of tequila right there. Yeah, a shot at love with Tila. Yeah, all right.
Yes, a tequila reference in 2023. Fantastic. This podcast is reaching new heights now.
Off the rails. Bye. Goodbye.
Well, that'll do it for the good, bad, and shitty this week. Chris, do you have anything to close us out?
Yeah, for you New York sports fans, fantasy
Oh, my God.
basketball season starting up soon. Does anybody care? No. Why does the NBA start in October? Absolutely
too
no
early.
reason for that. Yeah, let's shorten that up. We've got a mid-season tournament in December now. Why don't we just start with that and then get on with it? Nobody gives a shit about fall basketball.
Yeah.
Nobody gives a shit about fall college basketball, and I love college basketball. Just stop basketball. This is not your season. That's my note. That's it. That's all I got.
I agree.
Nobody cares.
I'm not after the way the next season ended last year. And they didn't do anything this offseason. They signed DiVincenzo. Sorry, I mean, you got a shooter, good, but
Yeah, that helps. It's a big help. I mean, you got Villanova, baby.
yeah,
So
they love it.
you just
They
need to
love it.
sign Jay Wright. That's the only thing you need to do.
That's what you do. Yeah, just get Jay right in there. Although
Get Jay Wright
I'm
in
a
there.
tips guy. I like tips. I can't.
Oh, I love Tibbs. Oh no, Jay Wright, assistant coach, pro bono. He's retired
Let's
already.
do
He's
that.
made
I'm
his.
in. That's right.
He's
yeah.
made his
He
thing.
is
But
retired.
anyway, yeah, basketball season starts soon. Does anybody care? No.
It's too early. Hockey season starts soon as well. That feels right, though. I mean,
Hockey fans are different, though. Hockey fans, like,
different sport.
if you're a tremendous hockey fan, you don't tend to be the biggest football fan. You don't tend to be the biggest baseball fan, or you don't tend to be the biggest basketball fan. You tend to be just a hockey guy,
Yeah.
and that's cool. Hockey does their own thing.
Yeah.
Go hockey.
Yeah.
Go
Love
Devils.
hockey. Go Isles, baby. Go Devils. Get out of here with that. Enough is enough.
I'm sure we'll get into it.
Well, that'll cap what was really just a terrible Sunday for me. Really. But
Yeah, it was brutal.
hey, the highlight of my night, speaking with you, bud. Always fun. Thanks
You as well,
everybody
man.
for listening. Have a good night.
Hasta luego.